Hello! Today I'm going to be talking about the two read-alongs I'm doing this December. That's #ReadRising and #Harry Xmas to you. Oh, caramel coffee. First of all, I want to shout out to everyone who contributed to the Project for Awesome. They raised like $1.4 million this year, which is amazing. As far as I know, the majority of that is going to the UN High Commission for Refugees and Save the Children, which is great. It's been really nice seeing some of the videos that have been put up. I want to watch a few more. Well done to everybody. On to the books. So #ReadRedRising. Last week, according to the schedule, we were reading the second part of this 4-part book, which is the section known as Reborn. The meat of the book happens in the next bit, which I'm reading this week, but we're now there, we're ready for the meaty, beefy part of this book, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to start off with the chapter The Lie, which is one of the first bits that happens in this part of the book. It turns out that Mars was colonised years and years ago, and the Reds have been kept enslaved for no reason. They were like, hey, we can let these people go, or we can continue with the lie, and they can keep on working, thinking they're pioneers. When I first read this book, my mind was blown. I had no idea that was coming the first time round, and reading it again, I'd kind of forgotten how incredible it was. And I remember reading it and being like, wow, 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 and then wanting to tell people about the book, but I couldn't mention that twist. And then I found out it's on the back, because I didn't read the blurb before reading this book. It's right there, it's all a lie, Mars is habitable. That is one hell of a plot twist. Why would you ruin that for a potential reader? Hodder, the publishers, why did you put that on the back? You didn't need to put that on the back, because that's an incredible twist, and it happens so late. Like, someone's not going to pick up and read the first chapter and get that. They've got to be reading the book to get that. Uncontrollable anger over nothing. But that annoyed me, but I think it was really well written. So then Darrow is whisked off to get carved, which is a really gruesome couple of chapters. I've got a few concerns about this bit. Okay, so they make him into a gold physically over the course of several months. And everyone's like, oh, this hasn't been done before. But yeah, it seems pretty easy. Like, yeah, sure, the guy who's doing it is really good, and no one who they've tried to do it before has survived, but it still seems really easy. Like, at no point is the guy who's doing it being like, oh my god, this is hard. It seems quite a simple procedure. Like, painful and long, but simple in principle. And what's weird is that the golds seem to have figured out that people might do this, and they like have implants, and they have special bone insignia and things in the skull, and yet people know that they've done this. If I was a gold society, I'd have secrets, something hidden away in the middle of a bone, something more on a DNA level, because DNA-wise, surely, on a DNA level, genome sequencing is progressing at a very rapid pace at the moment. Like, over the course of like 5 years, genome sequencing has come a long, long way. Like, 1,000 years in the future, you'd think that the DNA code would be understood enough, and that there'd be things in there, and that genetically he wouldn't be a gold. I don't think they mention that. Science! The fact that he does so well in the exams now bothers me. Like, he's top of the class. Surely, with all of that, he's still not born to be a gold. Surely, like, middling level. Then I guess that was kind of the point. They wanted him to do really well. They wanted him to win at the academy because they want him to get high up in the echelons of gold society. Just looking through the book, and I forgot the draft. Oh, the draft! This book is just full of really good plot points. What's amazing is that you never see them coming, no matter what. Later in the book, Darrow has plans and strategies which he knows, but you, even though you're reading the book from his point of view, you don't get. So then, like, he keeps it secret from the audience of the book, which is really, really clever, and it's very, very well written. This one, even he doesn't know about, and it still blindsides you. What a great idea! Like, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Oh, man. I think what's great about it is it's so brutal and savage, and that's kind of the whole point. It takes away their humanity. Like, I think that's kind of the basis of the whole gold society, is that you strip away humanity, you build up these new personality traits from kind of nothing. And to take them to that nothing, you get them to kill with their bare hands. Darrow mentions a few chapters later on that the gold society is harbouring this lie. Every gold who's gone through the academy has killed another gold, and they keep that secret because it's shameful. It's really primitive. You think about this advanced civilization and the advances they've made, it boils down to very primitive and savage human concepts, and it's been built up from that. There's a bedrock of shame, there's a bedrock of aggression. It's really weird to think that this civilization has come from such primitive aspects. I guess I'm filling up time really, because I'm really looking forward to the next bit of the book. This one, it was okay, but it's all leading up. It's like Mockingjay Part 1, the film. It's leading to this big event. We're not there yet, but we will be soon. So I'm starting Part 3, Gold. I'll be reading that this week, and I'll be tweeting about it probably. I want to tweet a bit more. That is hashtag ReadRedRising. On the days of the week where I am not reading Red Rising, I am reading Harry Potter. I have not read Harry Potter in years, and it's been so much fun. The last week I read The Chamber of Secrets, and I've started The Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm sort of worried about this because we're kind of approaching the halfway point of December. Not only are there more books to read than have been read, but they're also the bigger books. So I'm probably not going to finish Harry Potter during the month. It may go into January, possibly even February. There are so many things I had forgotten in these books. Dobby is hilarious, and there's bits like in the beginning where they're going through what we're going to do. What are you doing, Petunia? What are you doing, Dudley? What are you doing, Harry? I'll be in my room, making no noise, pretending I don't exist. What are you doing, Petunia? What are you doing, Dudley? Harry, I'll be in my room, making no noise, pretending I don't exist. And the gnomes in the Weasley garden. I've got to admit though, in this book, like, people are stupid. Like the whole Heir of Slytherin thing. There's a monster from Slytherin whose sign is a snake. He could speak parcel tongue. What could the monster be? Oh, I don't know, maybe a giant panda. Hermione Granger, based on very little knowledge, can go to the library and find a book that is in the library about basilisks. If Hermione can get there, why can't any of the teachers? They have a book in the library that has this information. Why is nobody not looking into it? And I know that people are saying that Hermione is like the smartest witch of her generation. Yes, her generation, not the last generation. Dumbledore was the greatest wizard of his generation. He's still alive. Why doesn't he go to the library? Why doesn't McGonagall? Why does not the Care of Magical Creatures teacher? Then I moved on to The Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm about halfway through at the moment. There's so many nice little bits which I've forgotten. I can still remember when I was reading this book being obsessed with having tea and crumpets in the evening, because that's what Harry had when he went to the Leaky Cauldron with Fudge. And I was like, ooh, tea and crumpets at 11 o'clock at night? That sounds fancy. I didn't have it at 11 o'clock at night, but that got me into having crumpets in the evening, like, big time. Harry has this wonderful time, like 2 weeks, where he stays in the Leaky Cauldron, and then he goes and has ice creams in Florian Fortescue's, and he just, has a leisurely 2 weeks. I always thought that was so much fun. And as a teenager, I really wanted my independence because I wanted to live that life. I wanted kind of to be a student. I wanted to be able to go to a cafe in the middle of the day and read out in the sun with an ice cream or something. Like, that made me want to be independent. So thank you for firing that up. So I'm halfway through The Prisoner of Azkaban. At the end of the week, I'm aiming to have caught up on Red Rising, Part 3, finished Prisoner of Azkaban, probably started but not finished The Goblet of Fire. We'll have to see how it goes, really. I've been tweeting a bit about both of the read-alongs, but I want to get a bit more involved, so I think I might try and watch one of the films at the same time. The Harry Xmas to You hashtag, they are watching some of the films during December and then live tweeting. If you are doing any of these read-alongs, please comment, let me know. I'd love to talk to people about this, especially hashtag Red Rising, because a lot of people are doing it on Twitter, but I haven't seen that much on YouTube. If you haven't made a video about it and you are doing it, make a video about it, because I'd love to hear your thoughts about this book. But if you want to do these read-alongs and you're not doing them yet, you can start now, why not? And if you are doing them, please let me know. I'd love to talk to people about it. Also, I'm thinking of doing a tag video this week. I'm not sure which, so if you've got any suggestions, please put them in the comments. But anyway, thanks very much for watching.